Namasri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Sachit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharini. You may be wondering, today is Sunday lecture, why this Swami has appeared here. Our Adhyaksha Maharaj is visiting our Singapore and Malaysia centers. He will be back on 14th evening. Next week he will be there. I know you all are studying Adi Shankara's Atma Bodha, a wonderful text on Advaita. Today I am not going to talk much about Advaita, but today we shall dwell something on Dvaita. In the sense, my topic is love God. So if you are already in Advaitin, you think world is Maya. So the world of the five senses is not real, including your physical body. There is no question of loving God or cultivating devotion to God, because you are already that, Tattvamasi. You are already the spirit, you are already the soul. There are no two. But today, my topic is love God. There are two things here. We, the lover, and the beloved, the object being loved, which is God. According to Advaita, creation has never happened. According to one branch of Advaita, which is called Kevala Advaita, there is no creation as such. God has not done anything. The universe means only consciousness, only Brahman exists. That is Kevala Advaita, the highest system of Advaita. There is another branch where actually we understand the world as Maya, where we are given the classic example of Rajju Sarpa. There is this delusion. There is this rope, but you mistake it for a snake. So that's called Bhranti. So delusion. You superimpose a snake on a rope, and then you experience all the emotions, fear and other things. So there is only consciousness, but you mistake it for matter. Okay? Whatever the physical world that we see, it is in fact, in truth, is only God, consciousness only. But we perceive it mistakenly as matter. So the goal of life is to experience it as consciousness. Never consciousness has transformed itself into matter, but it's just a projection, they say. The one is consciousness has never even projected anything. That is the highest theory. And the next is consciousness has projected something. You see the projection and you mistake it for consciousness. So that is Bhranti, that is delusion. So we are not going into that Advaita today. We take the world for real. Okay, the world of five senses is real. God has done the creation. And now we have to love God. We have to go back to our source, the Creator. When you say that God has created the world, what is the prayojana for Him? Why did He do this? What God wants to achieve, what He intends to achieve, whoever has created this universe. We say God has created this universe. What He intends to achieve through such an act of creation. See, when we do things in our lives, we always have something, some result, some prayojana, some benefit, some gain. Otherwise you won't do anything, right? But when God has done such a phenomenal thing, the universe of this magnitude, so many beings, lakhs and lakhs of beings, so many forms, such a variety. When He has done a creation of this magnitude, what is He expecting of His creation? What is His expectation? You can say that God cannot expect anything because God is free. God is actually the freedom, actually, right? He is all free. He has no objective. If he has an objective, he will be like us, right? He doesn't have an objective here at all. It's just his sport, his leela. But when we do in our lives, sport also, that is for entertainment, that is to get some joy. We don't do anything in this world without actually expecting something in the form of a result, so some kind of fruit. So when God has done a phenomenal world of this magnitude, what he is expecting of this world, we can presume that God also has some expectation. God also has some objective in doing this. What could be that? What could be the prayojana? Why he has created this world? See, there are so many beings in this universe. From amoeba to human being, if you just see, the most primitive life to the most complex life. So we all know that the lower species, their cerebral capacity is very limited, very poor. Okay, what is the difference between a lower animal and higher animal? The higher animal has a little more cerebral capacity. Okay, as the species evolved, okay, the life has become more and more complex, and we know that we are on the top of the pyramid. We know that among all the beings that God has created, this is the most complex creation, complex being with an enormously developed brain, phenomenally developed brain. Our cerebral capacity is very high compared to any other being in this world. We know that for sure. So God has evolved life forms up to this point, and now what is the next step in evolution? We all also study Darwin's theory of evolution. From lower species to higher species, it has evolved. So up to human being, the life has evolved. What next? What is the next step in evolution? I think we need to figure it out because we have not figured it out. There is a lot of suffering in this world. What we should be doing here? What should a human being should be doing? Yes, we all understand that we have this physical body. We have to provide for this physical body. We have some basic necessities of life, food, clothing, and shelter. We struggle to provide, these things as best as we can. Okay, you have attained, you have achieved. You are comfortably placed with regard to these basic necessities of life. What is the next step? What are we doing today as a society all across the globe? We want to actually enhance our material standard of life. So you just see around. Is my material standard of life is better than my neighbor? No, he is leading a better material standard of life. He has more things at his disposal. He has more wealth. So he is leading a more comfortable life. So let me provide for myself also the way he has. This is the kind of competition or the rat race that we have gotten into. Though we know that we can eat only two times a day. Even if we have more, you cannot consume. We need only one house to live. Okay. Even you want vehicle, car, you can only travel in one car at one particular point of time. You can't use 10 cars, though you can afford 10 cars. You can't use 10 cars simultaneously. So our capacity to enjoy the resources or things of the world are also limited. So we need to understand that we have an evolutionary purpose. We have an objective here. What is that objective? That is to seek the truth. Only this is the species. Only this is the being which has the capacity, which can put a question like this. Who is the creator of this universe? Who has designed this universe? Why he has designed the universe? What is the objective? How I can relate myself to him or her or it? How can I know that which has created this universe? So, what are the methods that are available to me? See, you may ask, why should we seek God? That is God's expectation of us, because all other beings are cerebrally limited. God has drawn two lines. They don't have that power of discretion. They cannot have these questions. The intellect is very poorly developed in animals. In human beings, there is a huge evolution possible. You just see between the lowest human being and the highest human being, what's the difference? The difference is in the intellect, right? The lowest human being, his ideas, his perception of life is not that great. And as the being evolves, as humans evolve, your intellect also becoming sharper and sharper, and you have better perception of life. You have better perception of life, but we know that there are so many intellectuals. Are the happiest people in the world? You find them, they are not that happy. Still some kind of dissatisfaction, some kind of unfulfillment is assailing them. Why? Because there is something more to achieve. The spiritual fulfillment. That actually gives you complete satisfaction. For example, a person like Buddha, we revere such a person, we remember him, we read his teachings, we read his life. Okay, why? Because we understand that he has attained total fulfillment of life. He has attained something after attaining which there is nothing more to be attained. He has known something after knowing which there is nothing more to know. People like Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. So all these we call them as mystics, we call them as sages, we call them as saints. They are revered, they are worshipped here. We put up temples for them. We worship on a daily basis. We want to follow in their footsteps. All that happens in this culture. We alone have the capacity to recognize a mystic, to recognize an avaduta, to recognize a spiritually illumined soul. Okay, there are so many societies in the world, they don't have even the capacity to recognize a spiritually illumined soul. But in India, we have the capacity because the same spiritual culture is there in every one of us. We may not become that enlightened, we may not become that evolved, but we have the capacity to recognize an illumined soul. It has always happened in our country. Never we have persecuted one spiritually illumined soul. Okay? Never actually we have failed to discover a spiritually illumined soul. Even in villages, they may not have secular education, but they detect a spiritually illumined soul, and immediately they start worshipping the person during their own lifetime, not actually after their death or posthumously. So that means you already have that spiritual culture in you. So God has this expectation of us that the best of my creation loves me. Can God have such an expectation? Or no? God has an expectation. When He has created the world, the expectation that He has is the best of my creation loves me. The best of creation should love me. Because He has all are His children only. All beings are His children. Okay? But He expects something more of this child of His, the human child. What He expects of us? He expects us to look at Him, to think of Him, to meditate on Him, to pray to Him, to repeat His name and to love Him. So you may ask, why should we love God? That is His expectation. That is the purpose for which the Lord has created the world. And then why we are not able to love Him? See, if it is easy, everybody loves Him, because this is the game play. If everybody loves, it won't be interesting. Okay? If everybody starts loving Him from the day one, it won't be interesting. The play won't be interesting. So then He has created this temptation called the world, the worldly pleasures, the sensory pleasures. There is this, whether you want to get preoccupied with, those sensory pleasures, providing for yourself all through your life, only that is the ultimate objective of your life, or you want to draw a line, this much is enough for me, and want to love God. Make some time to love God. See, once we are into householder's life, we have some responsibilities towards our family, towards our spouse and children. You have to take care of them, you have to provide for them. That's the responsibility, you have to love them. But what God expects of a householder, or a monk for that matter, is, of course, when monks actually renunciate, you have to love God all the time. Okay, you have to give all your love to God. The one reason why actually asceticism, okay, this renunciation is encouraged in this culture is, I don't want to have any encumbrances, because I want to give my full heart to God. I want to love God with my full heart and soul. For that, actually, I don't want to get into any kind of entanglement. Once you become a grihastha or householder, you will give your love to your spouse and children, and also a little of your love you can give to God. God doesn't expect much from you if you are a householder. But if you are a man of renunciation, He expects, total, everything He expects of you. You have come, I have allowed you to become a renunciate, I have allowed you to become a monk, sadhu. Now you must love me with your whole heart and soul. That's what God's expectation will be. If you give because you are in the midst of so many responsibilities, if you give a little of your love and heart to God, that will please Him immensely, and you will be able to win His grace to your family and upon yourself. So that's why it's not that actually for sadhus it is very easy to realize God, and for grihasthas or householders it is very difficult. No. In the midst of all your responsibilities, if you give a little of love to God, you will be immensely benefited. You will be able to win His grace and blessings for yourselves. So, why to love God? Because that is the objective of life. Sri Ramakrishna said, that's God's expectation of us. We have come here as human beings. If you have come here, had you come here as any other creature, God would not expect anything of you, of this kind. But having come here as a human form, as a human being, this would be God's expectation, that you will love Him, you will look towards Him, you will search for Him, okay? You will think of Him, and at least you make a little effort in that direction. So that's why now the question arises. Why to love God? Because that is God's expectation of this world. No other creature can love Him, only human beings can love. We don't know really anyway. But we know through our intellect that other animals, they don't have the capacity to reflect on God, to think about the creator of this universe. So we can safely conclude that actually they don't have that much of cerebral capacity. If they had that much of cerebral capacity, they would surely dominate us. Okay? We would not have been in the position that we are in now. So from God's expectation, what He would expect of us is this, that the best of the species that I have done, the best of the species that I have created will love me. See, but what are we doing? We have got stuck at this, level of creature comforts. And the next step in evolution, namely actually seeking the truth, is not happening. Here and there are a few individuals who are doing that, but a vast majority of human population is stuck at this level, at the level of creature comforts, and they don't even know what is the next step in evolution. The next step in evolution is this intellectual and spiritual evolution. Darwin has not told us the next step in evolution. He has said that actually from lower species, higher species level, there will be struggle for existence, there will be competition for survival, struggle for existence, then actually natural selection, then origin of species. New species has evolved like that. So what next after human being? Is it that actually human being will evolve into some other species after 1 million years? No. Organic evolution has stopped here. Okay, hereafter it is intellectual and spiritual evolution, and first it is intellectual evolution, afterwards it is spiritual evolution. When you reach the last point of that evolution, you will become a Buddha. We are all tomorrow's Buddhas. There is a Buddha involved in all of us. He is manifesting, he is expressing himself slowly, but how fast is the question. And so we have so many examples in our culture who have attained to that spiritual perfection. And we know that actually they have attained total fulfillment in life through that spiritual perfection, and we want to follow in their footsteps. So after basic necessities of life are satisfied, you are supposed to explore your intellectual dimension and spiritual dimension. Intellectually, you have to grow first. Okay? After understanding the spiritual ideal intellectually, after attaining clarity, you must plunge into sadhana. Sadhanas that we have discussed here many times. The easiest spiritual sadhana that is available for all in this Kali Yuga is repetition of God's name. Sri Ramakrishna tells this again and again in his Kathamrita. Okay? Other sadhanas like meditation, the kind of meditation Hiranyakashipu had done, the kind of meditation Prahlada had done, Dhruva had done, the people in the past had done, the kind of willpower that they had, we don't have in this age. Okay? Even just to sit quiet within ourselves for 20 minutes, 15 minutes also, we struggle so much. A lot of restlessness has come into human societies. We are not trying to focus our mind. We don't regularly meditate. Meditation because we find it difficult, because all thoughts come up. When you are not meditating, your thoughts are there. When you start meditating, you feel actually you have more thoughts. So many thoughts try to overpower us. And that's the reason most people, they don't feel comfortable doing the meditation. But of course, you have to practice it the way, slowly, the thought waves will subside. But it's not a one-day process, you have to struggle a lot for that. And that's why Sri Ramakrishna said that the easiest sadhana that is available to all is repetition of God's name with love, not mechanically. Okay, when you chant God's love, thinking that God and His name are one and the same, And when you utter His name with love, that is the greatest spiritual sadhana. You are acquiring purity and you are evolving spiritually, for sure. There is no doubt about that. So when will I gain spiritual realization, Swamiji? When will I actually attain Atma Sakshatkara? Nobody can tell that. How pure you are, how close you are to God, only God knows and nobody else can know. But the realization will come to you definitely in course of time. You are on the right path. You just be on the path. Okay, according to our scriptures, it's not just actually in one birth that things will happen. You may have to strive for few births. Okay? Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvataha. Among those, okay, who strive for spiritual perfection, a few will attain to me, Arjuna. Because there are multiple tests that we will have to pass through. The multiple tests means God will see that do you have any desire for worldly attainments and worldly name and fame, or any subtle desire is lurking in your mind. We may cheat ourselves, but we can't cheat God. He knows actually what desire, okay, subtle hankering we have in our minds. And until and unless you remove all those subtle hankerings, I want you only God to the exclusion of everything else in this world, we will not get realization. So we have to purify ourselves. So repetition of God's name is a sadhana which helps us to purify ourselves. Similarly, meditation and also the selfless service, prayer, these are all the methods which we need to employ to purify ourselves. Slowly, slowly we evolve spiritually. And not that we are not evolving now. The whole of humanity is only traveling towards the truth for sure. Everybody is traveling towards truth. This is a like majestic march. Khalil Gibran would say that humanity is a river of light which is traveling from eternity to eternity. The great march is happening. We are all actually traveling towards the truth only. But only thing is the choice that we have been given is the speed with which actually you are evolving, the speed with which you are progressing, at what speed you want to go to reach the goal. That we can actually speed up the process a bit by reading, books like Vivekananda, all the mystics that we have. Basically, every creature on this planet Earth actually is seeking happiness. Happiness is the goal. Joy is the goal. Peace is the goal. And what kind of happiness? Eternal peace and eternal happiness is the goal of all the creatures. So other creatures actually they can just have a little better food and then sleep and then procreation. They get stuck in this. And they can't have anything higher than these three basic things. As human beings, we can read a book and we can appreciate good thought and we can grow intellectually. We can listen to a good piece of music. Okay, we can enjoy nature better because we have better perception of everything. So all these joys are not available to other creatures, other species. And apart from this, we humans have got the capability and potential to know the truth, to apprehend the truth itself. Are we exploring that possibility? Are we using that possibility? Are we exploring the dimension of our personality is the question. Why there is so much of suffering in today's world, today's society? Because we, in our foolishness and ignorance, want to waste the effort of nature. Nature has invested so much in us. It has taken millions of years for nature actually to evolve a brain of this level and this capacity. A brain that can investigate into the nature of the truth. And now actually, we are not using that for the purpose that is intended to. And because of that, nature is nudging us. Nature is knocking at us. No, there is a higher possibility to you. There is a higher possibility to you. You explore this dimension of your personality. You are ignoring this. You are not using your potential. Through how the nature is doing actually, though the misery, the pain that comes to us, this only. See, after the basic necessities of life are satisfied, okay, you are supposed to explore the truth, that's all. It's as simple as that, as plain as that. You read first intellectual clarity you get, you read the teachings of mystics like Swami Vivekananda and Buddha, Adi Shankara, and after getting the intellectual clarity, you plunge into sadhana and try to realize your true being, try to realize yourself. That is the purpose of our creation. And how many people, what percentage of human population is today in this endeavor? No, we have not even set that as a goal. All our relationships, all are actually short-lived relationships because the relationship is based on body. Bodies are not permanent. Bodies are impermanent. The life is transient. It's not that actually there is philosophy we are telling. It's a fact of life, right? We don't know how long we live, how long we will be on this earth. Death is stalking day in and day out. We know this beautiful sloka from the Mahabharata in the Yaksha Prasnas. Yaksha asks Yudhishthira, what is the most surprising thing in this world? Pat comes the reply, Yudhishthira says without batting an eyelid. Ahani ahani gaschanti bhutani yamamandiram seshaha stavaram ischanti kimaschariyam atah param. Every day we see so many beings actually dying around us. Okay, but we don't think actually we will meet with the same fate. Oh no, Swamiji, I also know. You know, who doesn't know that? If you really know that, we are also going to meet with the same fate tomorrow. Are you doing something to avoid that kind of fate to you? Where you are not afraid of death? Where you can say the death, okay, you can come to me. I am not afraid of you. Can you say that? You will be able to say that when you realize the Atman. Death will not worry you. You will be able to invite death. Okay, you come. You will be able to embrace death. That is the courage. That is the possibility that we have. Today we are helplessly succumbing to death. Helplessly offering ourselves to Lord Yama. We don't have any control over it. We are helpless, totally helpless before death. It makes everything zero about ourselves. If you think you are just the physical body, it becomes zero in no time and death comes to us. Okay, but we know that we have reincarnation, actually soul transmigrates and soul actually using the samskaras that you have acquired through this physical body acquires another body and the journey continues. But still actually you have not conquered death. Till you conquer death, actually the journey goes on and goes on and goes on. In the same Mahabharata and the same Yaksha Prasnas, one more beautiful question was asked of Yudhishthira. Yaksha asked him, what is the news? The news, you tell me. Yudhishthira again answers that question very beautifully. But you just see the profundity of the wisdom, their intellectual depth, and their clarity of our ancestors. Yudhishthira says, Asmin maha moha maya katahe Suryagnina ratri divendhanena Masartu darvi parigattanena Bhutani pachatiti kalaha vartha. So today we see TV channels, we watch YouTube. Every day we are thirsting for some kind of new piece of news, new news, because we are bored to death. Okay, something exciting we all need. It's a kind of addiction for more people. Okay, you are looking around actually anything new news, and of course there are channels and channels. Sensational news. We want to dish out something sensational. Okay, their goal is to catch your attention. They want to draw our attention because they have to survive. Okay, so much of news actually is happening around actually world. So many things are happening. We are also craving for the kind of news. But Yudhishthira says, what is news? There is only one news. There is only one thing. Eternal news, you can say. Okay, eternal news. What is that news? Asmin maha moha maya katahe. This world which he compares and calls as the Maha Moha Maya Kata. Maha Moha means great delusion. This cauldron called great delusion, which we call this world. Asmin Maha Moha Maya Katahe Suryagnina Ratri Diva Indanena. With the sun actually as a fire, Suryagnina, Ratri Diva Indanena, days and nights as a fuel. Masartu Darvi Rutu Masartu Darvi Parigattanena, the seasons and months actually. Darvi means ladle. And using these seasons and months as ladle, Bhutani Pachatiti Kalaha Vartha. In this great cauldron called the world, all the beings are being cooked by the cook called time, using the sun as fire and days and nights as fuel, and with seasons as his darvi. That means his ladle to stir. That's the news, he says. What else is happening, you just tell me in the world? Days and nights are rolling over us, our heads, and we are coming closer to death by the day. Anything else is happening? Nothing else is happening. That is the only news, he says. We are all being cooked by time. Time is slowly actually, we think actually we are passing time. No. Time is expending us. Time is expending us. So we are slowly coming to death by the day. That's what is this news. Nothing else is there. So before the death comes, what I should be doing, what I have to do to save myself from the fear that actually death brings upon me, you have to realize your true nature as spirit. We are eternal, we are immortal, we are indestructible, not as a physical body, not as psychological body, mind, but as spirit, as soul, as consciousness. That is our real nature. Are we making any effort to realize our true nature? That's the question. See, I'm not getting time, Swamiji. I have so many responsibilities. How can I engage in spiritual sadhana? See, even the work actually also can be transformed into spiritual sadhana, provided you do it with detachment. You do it without any sense of agency. You do it as an offering to the God. That work has been given to you by the Lord Himself, and you offer the fruit of that action to the Lord again. So constantly you bring in God into the work that you do. It's not I am doing it for myself, I am doing it for God's sake. It's He who is doing through me. I am just an agent in His hands. I am just upakarana. When you have this idea constantly, the work itself will get transformed into the greatest spiritual sadhana. This is called karma yoga. Not that you have to separate time and think of God all the time. It's not possible. For nobody it is possible. We have to involve in action. We have to provide for the people immediately around us. That action itself can be made into spiritual sadhana. That's what actually Krishna says to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. He taught it in the battlefield. Where actually, can you tell me the something actually where actually greater action happens than a battlefield? The people are tensed up. It's just life and death question, right? Maximum action happens there. If you are not alert, if you are not conscious, okay, death only will come. Nothing, what else will come? We are in a battlefield. If you are not alert for a second, actually, death will come to you. Well, that is the place where actually Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. The place of intensest action, the battlefield. So, this world also is a kind of battlefield where we have to engage in action every day. How that action can be transformed into a spiritual sadhana, Krishna beautifully gives the clue to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Nimitta Matra Bhava Savyasachin. Oh Arjuna, you are doing the battle as if you are doing it yourself. No, the world is just my play. All the people here are a helpless instrument in my hands. You give up, you drop this sense of agency that I am going to fight the battle, that you drop. Be an instrument in my hands. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Nimitta matra bhava savyasachin. Okay? You know that it's I am who is doing everything. You have forgotten that and you think that you are going to fight the battle. You drop this I, drop this ego, drop this individuality. That is actually causing you suffering. It's all my play, it's all my leader. Krishna even goes to the extent of saying that I have already killed all these people. I have slain them already, it's over. You just have to complete the formality. Okay? I have done it actually. I have taken away all their lives. All their ayush actually I have taken away. You just have to do it for complete a formality. So this we forget. This sense of agency, this doership, if we drop it and we understand it's God who is doing through every being, in every form, and then you have attained the highest, then you will experience yourself as the soul or consciousness. You will experience that absolute bliss here itself. And another sadhana that is available to us, apart from repetition of God's name, service to other human beings. Okay? Swamiji says that in this Kali Yuga, even least good done for others awakens the spirit within and instills in the heart the strength of a lion. For spiritual awakening, we are all here for that. I know that there is soul in me. I know that there is consciousness in me. I know it is that consciousness which supports my body and my mind. But it's not in my experience. It is not in my awareness. It is only theory for me. Yes. Because today the consciousness, actually the soul is so latent in you. It is an unmanifest form. Okay? God actually, his manifestation is the tiniest. For us to conduct our regular affairs and regular activities through this body and mind, we don't need the full awakening of the soul. Okay? Full awakening of the soul, when it happens, what happens? You experience the whole universe in your own being. Is it not an ordinary experience, right? Such a profound experience. Even a person like Vivekananda could not contain it when it was given to him first. What are you doing actually? Because the whole universe is dissolving it for itself. The total individuality is getting dissolved. And when Krishna had shown his divine form to Arjuna, because Arjuna wanted to see it, and he couldn't see it, Krishna had given him special eyes. He couldn't see it, he couldn't bear to see it. Oh Arjuna, you actually withdraw your form. It is so frightening. Because all the universes are entering into Krishna's mouth, all the universes are being projected from his mouth. When he saw, actually couldn't bear to see. Because we are such a tiny being, and now you have asked, we wanted to see, the full power of the Lord, how it would be possible. So we think actually spiritual realization is such a small thing, but that possibility is there for all of us. That's the beauty. So by serving others, by helping others, actually slowly you purify yourself. When this antakarana is completely purified, and then you will have the realization and experience of your true nature, which is nothing but God. We are in essence, we are made in the image of God, we are made in the likeness of God. That is our privilege, that is our blessing. To love God actually is our privilege, to love God actually is our blessing. And so, your love of God should find expression in the form of service to your fellow human beings. That's what Swamiji talks about in this organization. When we do seva, it is not that we are human beings we are serving, it's not that we want to help somebody else, we want to help ourselves. Swamiji says, by actually providing happiness to others, by serving others, you help yourself. You grow spiritually, you come closer to God. So that service is my need, it's not the need of the people who are actually taking the service. That is my need, my spiritual need. I am trying to purify my antakarana, I am trying to purify my mind. So that he or she has provided me an opportunity to purify myself by taking my service. So have this kind of understanding, have this kind of attitude, have this kind of humility, and then serve the people who are around you, who are in distress. That's actually God-given opportunity to you. And many people today say, Swamiji, there is so much of suffering in the world. What we can do is only drop in the ocean. So why should we be doing? What difference will it make to the world? Many people get frustrated and disappointed also when you are engaged in action, particularly, to remove the suffering in the world. You will find that the world is so vast and so big, you are too tiny a being, even to do it, just, you're little. But you don't stop. You are not doing that goodness and good things to the world because the quantum of help that you can render is very little. We should not be doing. You should not be stopping from doing good to others. There was a woman by name Theodora. Theodora means God-given. Okay, she was a very compassionate woman, very kind. She would serve to her heart's content the people around always. She was doing that. She would nurse the sick back to health. She would actually help the poor and the needy by giving them the clothes, by distributing food, and by educating poor children. She would do service in so many ways. She was doing and doing and doing. The more she started doing, and the more actually she found herself helpless condition, because the quantum of need was so huge, and her ability to help actually is not that great. So she felt a bit disappointed, she felt a bit frustrated. The human suffering, the quantum of human suffering is too huge. So many people are needing help, so many people are requiring help, but my capacity to help them is very limited. So she felt disheartened, she felt discouraged and disappointed. Okay, though I am trying to do my best is nothing in this world, because the world is so huge and so big. Thinking a little like that, she felt a little discouraged and disheartened, and she fell into sleep. And then she had a beautiful dream. In the dream, she was in a huge studio. In that studio, there are various paintings. Some are there just lying on the floor. A few are actually arranged against the wall. A few drawings are kept on easels, covered with a white cloth. A few paintings are there on that. And she was looking at them. What are they? Some are there on the floor, some are actually arranged against the wall, and few are actually kept on easels. So she was thinking, and she was in that huge studio where hundreds and hundreds of paintings are there on the canvases. Suddenly she saw a tall figure, a beautiful, a gentle human being, has entered into the hall. He did not notice her because she was in a corner. She was looking at him and watching him what he would do. He has opened one painting, and I took a brush and little touches he has given there, here and there, and then he has covered it up. Then he has gone to another painting. There also he has given few touches, and then few strokes he had drawn, and then he left the place. Another canvas he has picked up. Like that he was doing, and afterwards she became very curious. She wants to know from him actually why he is doing what he is doing. So she has gone near him and approached him and asked him, "Oh sir, what is this? What are you doing? What are all these paintings are about?" And then he said in a gentle voice, "Oh my child, so these are all actually made in the children of God, They're all made in the likeness of God. Different people at a different degree of evolution. Those actually paintings that you see on the floor are actually have not actually evolved even they are evolved very less evolution is there. They have not actually even come to spiritual life as yet. Okay, those are the paintings. Those are all the people actually who have not even come to the first step in spiritual evolution. Still they are stuck at the level of worldliness. And those who you see arranged against the walls, they are a little more evolved. Spiritual life has just come into their lives. They started exploring the truth now. And the painting that you see on easels, they are highly evolved human beings. They have almost come closer to God. Okay? It's just a matter of time. A little more time, actually they will make themselves perfect and complete. And afterwards, these paintings will be shifted to Father in heaven. Okay? There actually, they will be there forever. Slowly, actually, the evolution is happening. Different people are at different degrees of evolution. So you don't have to be in a say that actually people are not progressing spiritually, people are not coming to the spiritual path. Different people are at different stages of evolution. It doesn't happen to everybody at the same time actually to turn towards God or to give their all time and energy, okay, all their attention to God as well pursuing the spiritual path. People are coming at their own pace. The humanity actually is marching towards the truth only. Every human being, nobody will be forsaken. One day every being will realize God, will realize his real nature. And Swamiji said that, it may be that I find it good actually to give up this body like a worn out garment, but I shall not cease to work. I will continue to work till all the beings on this planet Earth understand that they are one with God. My work will continue till that point of time, he said. So the spirit of Vivekananda is still working. And actually, as the time goes by, as actually days pass and days roll, and the power actually of Swamiji is felt more and more across. Whereas Vivekananda is still alive. He will be alive till all the beings on this planet Earth realize that they are one with God and attain to that supreme fulfillment of life. Attain to that peace which passeth all understanding. Attain to that bliss. Attain to that absolute. His work will continue, Swamiji said. So the evolution is happening, but what is given, what is in our hands is we can speed up the process a bit. Yes. Are we making best use of our potential? Are we making best use of our time? Are we making best use of our capabilities? Am I longing for God to the best possible way? You just think, you just put this question to yourself and reflect, or can I do a little better? If you put this question to yourself every day, you will understand that a lot of time you are wasting. You will be able to save that time, and actually you can use that time in a more productive manner. Because this human birth is a beautiful gift that we have got from God, and that beautiful gift actually we should not misuse or we should not waste. And the more you plunge into sadhana, the more you get a taste for sadhana, the faster you evolve. And then you will become a blessing to your family and also to the society as such. Any spiritual seeker, any truth seeker will become a great blessing to mankind. We have discussed this point here. You know that Gopikas, when they were singing the praises of the Lord Krishna, once actually Krishna sends Uddhava after he came away from Vrindavan. Now he is staying in Mathura. One day he asked Uddhava, you go and find out how Gopikas are doing, because I have come away from Vrindavan. They must be feeling very sad. So how they are faring, how they are doing, you just find out and report it back to me. So Uddhava has gone, because Uddhava also is a great devotee of the Lord. He has gone and saw what these Gopikas were doing. They were constantly chanting Krishna's name and singing his hymns. And that chanting actually is coming from the bottom of their heart. When Krishna was there with them, they were not actually chanting his name with that kind of fervor, but Krishna had gone away from them. That separation actually has increased their longing to such an extent. They were repeating God's name in such a way, with such deep pathos and fervor. Uddhava, looking at them, he said that their birth is superior even to the birth of Brahma. Even Brahma also cannot attain this kind of devotion to God. It's not easy. They all have attained to Parabhakti. And then he says finally that if I get another birth, okay, if I have reincarnation, if I get another birth, what would be my longing? To be born as a creeper or as a small sapling or plant here in Vrindavan, so that I would come in contact with the dust of the soil. Okay, that would be sufficient for me, Uddhava says. Okay, because the dust itself has become so sacred because of the repetition of God's name. He says beautifully, Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Pada Renu Madikshnasaha Yasam Hari Katudgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam. I actually salute, I offer my salutations to the feet of these gopikas. Pada Renu Madikshnasaha, not to their feet as such, to the dust of their feet, my offering of salutation is. Not to their feet even, to the dust of, I bow down to that dust on their feet. Pada Renu Madikshnasaha Yasam Hari Katodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Their chanting of God's name is actually sanctifying the three worlds, not just Vrindavan, not just actually the place around Vrindavan is getting sanctified with the repetition of God's name. Three worlds are being sanctified. Uddhava says this. That means what? A person who really loves God and chants His name with fervor and that deep pathos in his heart, okay, is not purifying himself, he purifies his family, he purifies the people around, he purifies his locality, and he purifies the nation. All the Pancha Bhutas work in favor of human beings only when we love God. Because when you love God, actually, all the elements in this universe, all actually Prajapatis, all the divinities, all the Yakshas, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Siddha, Naga, Charana, everybody will love you if you love God. Because they don't have the opportunity to worship God directly the way we have. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, even gods also have one longing. What is that? They want to be born as human being on this soil of India. That they consider as the greatest blessing. They covet what we have got already. Okay, our position is coveted by even gods. But we don't know that we have taken birth on this soil of India, a spiritual land, and we have this beautiful opportunity to evolve spiritually, to think of God, to talk of God. Just this age, repetition of God's name. It is really, it confers such spiritual merit upon you, you don't know. So this is the problem. To get that faith is very, very difficult. How to worship God? First you have to have faith. No, I will worship God only when I understand God. Okay? Then it's not going to happen. You will never be able to comprehend God completely because He is beyond the ken of the human intellect. We have discussed this in our Jnana Yoga lectures. Okay? To understand God, what is the instrument that we have? Is the mind. It's the intellect that we need to employ. But our mind is limited by time and space. When we say God in our culture, we know that God is that infinite being which has created this universe. He is all pervading consciousness. And He is beyond time and space. Time and space are His instruments. And through a mind which is conditioned and limited by time and space, to understand a being who is infinite and who is beyond time and space is impossible. So if you say that I worship God after I understand God, it's not going to happen. You have to use the inference pramana. We have not done this world. Somebody else has created some other power, some other intelligence. That intelligence we call as God. And now actually we are trying to connect ourselves to that power or that intelligence, who is our mother, who is our father. Sri Ramakrishna had considered that God actually, that all pervading spirit as his mother, and developed that beautiful relationship. My mother, he would say, my mother would protect him, protect me, and how he used to pray, oh mother, I don't know your real nature. It's not in my power to understand you, to comprehend you. I know that you are beyond my intellect. Okay, you reveal thyself to me, you show yourself to me, have pity, have compassion on this hapless child of yours. Show thy compassion. This is his prayer, constant prayer. Reveal thyself, come before me, show yourself before me. I have done this much of worship, I can't do anything more. I can't do any much more sadhana. I have exhausted myself completely. Don't you understand my pathos? You don't understand my helplessness? Why are you tarrying? Why are you delaying? When will you come? This is the kind of longing with which you would actually ask Divine Mother Kali, when are you going to show your true form to me? Ultimately, Mother had yielded and showed her form to him, and then he got totally fulfilled. Total fulfillment he had attained. That's why we worship this mystic, Sri Ramakrishna. So that possibility we all have. Okay? What you need to do is we have to exhaust our possibility. We have to make best use of our time and best use of the energies that we have, because We have taken human birth and that too on the sacred soil, India. And so let us try our best actually to worship the Lord. The rest will follow. As Sri Ramakrishna would say in this Kali Yuga, if you take one step towards God, He will take 10 steps towards you. Never before in Kruta Yuga, in Treta Yuga, and Dwapara, never the human beings had this kind of opportunity. God knows actually Kali Yuga means people have so much of suffering and they are fighting against tremendous odds. In the midst of all these odds, you devote a little time for God, okay? You will win His grace and you will win His blessings. That much for sure. It's not I am saying, all our sages have said, great people who are spiritually illumined, they have said that. If you read Kathamrita, Sri Ramakrishna, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you will understand this. Sri Ramakrishna has said so many times that God's compassion is blowing in the form of wind all the time. Only you need to unfurl your sail, who are actually traveling and in this samsara with your boat of life. So God is ready to shower His blessings upon us. Only thing is you need to unfurl your sail. What is that unfurling of sail? Just longing for Him, repetition of His name, and then pray to Him constantly. Reveal Thyself to me. I want to know. I want to know. I'm not able to do enough of sadhana because I am, in the midst of so many responsibilities. So in the midst of all this responsibility to long for you, to know you, to repeat your name also, I find sometimes difficult, O Lord. I can't do any more sadhana. Please have compassion on me. Please take pity on me. One day you will get God. Shall we try for that then? Thank you. Let us meditate for 2 minutes before we disperse.
Khandana bhava bandhana jaga vandana vandito Niranjana Nararupadhara Niranjana Nararupadhara Nirguna Gunaman Mochana Aghadoshana Jagat Bhushana Chidghana Jnananjana Vimala Nayana Jnananjana Vimala Nayana Dekshane वर देहापादे महाराज जी की जय। ॐ ह्रीं ऋतं त्वमचलो गुणजेत् गुणेड्यः नक्तं देवं सकरुणं तव पादपद्मम् मोहं कषं बहुकृतं न भजे यतोऽहं तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीनबन्धो भक्तिर्भागाश्च भजनं भवभेदकारी गच्छन्त्यलं सुविपुलं गमनाय तत्त्वं वक्रोद्धृतोऽपि हृदये न च भाति किञ्चित् तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीनबन्धो तेजस्तरान्ते तरसा त्वयि तृप्ता तृष्णाः रागे कृते ऋतपथे त्वयि रामकृष्णे मर्त्यामृतं तव पदं मरणोर्मि नाशं तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीनबन्धो कृत्यं करोति कलुषं कुहकान्तकारी स्नां तं शिवं सुविमलं तव नाम नाथ यस्मादहं त्वशरणो जगदेकगम्या तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीनबन्धो ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमः श्री रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। सर्वमङ्गला माङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशानां शक्ति भूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणामये नारायणी नमोस्तुते। शरणागता दीनार्ता परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्यार्थे हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जय नारायणी नमोस्तुते। प्रकृतिं परमाम् अभयां वरदां नररूपधरां जनतापहरां शरणागत सेवक तोषकरीं प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां गुणहीन सुतान् अपराधयुतान् कृपयाद्य समुद्धर मोहगतान् तरणीं भव सागर पार विषयं कुसुमं परिहृत्य सदाचरणामृत शान्तिसुधां पिब भृङ्गमनो भवरोगहरां प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां कृपां कुरु महादेवी सुतेषु प्रणतेषु च चरणाश्रयदानेन कृपामयि नमोऽस्तु ते लज्जापटावृते नित्यं शारदे ज्ञानदायिके पापेभ्यो नः सदा रक्ष कृपामयि नमोऽस्तु ते रामकृष्णगतप्राणा तन्नाम श्रवणप्रिया तद्भावरञ्जिताकारां प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः पवित्रं चरितं यस्याः पवित्रं जीवनं तथा पवित्रता स्वरूपिण्यै तस्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः देवीं प्रसन्नां प्रणतातिहन्त्री योगेन्द्रपूज्यां युगधर्मपात्री तां शारदां भक्तिविज्ञानदात्रीं दयास्वरूपां प्रणमामि नित्यं स्नेहेन बध्नासि मानोऽस्मदीयं दोषान् शेषान् सगुणीकरोषि आहेतुनानो दयसे सदोषान् स्वाङ्के गृहीत्वा यदिदं विचित्रं प्रसीद मातर्विनयेन याचे नित्यं भव स्नेहवती सुतेषु प्रेमैकबिन्दुं चिरदाग्धचित्ते विषिञ्च चित्तं कुरु न सुशान्तं जननीं शारदां देवी रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः पेज 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 7. जानकी सखी कृपा जगावती सुजान जीव जागे त्यागे मूढ़ता अनुराग श्री हरे अनुराग श्री हरे जानकी सखी कृपा जगावती सुजान जीव जागे त्यागे मूढ़ता अनुराग श्री हरे अनुराग श्री हरे करि विचारत जीविकार भज उधार रामचंद्र भद्र सिंधु दीनवंत वेद वदत रे वेद वदत रे करि विचारत जीविकार भज उदार रामचंद्र भद्र सिंधु दीनबंधु वेद वदत रे वेद वदत रे जानकी सखी कृपा मोहमय को निशा विशाल काल विपुल सोय मोहमय को निशा विशाल काल विपुल सोय खोयो सो अनुपरूप सुपन जो परे सुपन जो परे अब प्रभात प्रगट ज्ञान भानु के प्रकाश वासना सराग मोह द्वेष निविदत मटरे निविदत मटरे जानकी सखी कृपा भागे मदमान चोर बोर जानी जातु धान भागे मदमान चोर बोर जानी जातु धान काम मोह लोभ क्षोभ निकर पडरे निकर पडरे देखतर गुबर प्रताप भीत संताप पाप त्राप त्रिविध प्रेम आप दूर ही करे, दूर ही करे। जानकी सखी कृपा श्रवण सुनि गिरा गंभीर, जागे अति धीर वीर। श्रवण सुनि गिरा गंभीर, जागे अति धीर वीर। वर विराग तोष सकल संत आदरे, संत आदरे। तुलसीदास प्रभु कृपालो, निरखी जीव जन विहालो। भंजो भव जाल परम मंगलाचरे, मंगलाचरे। तुलसीदास प्रभु कृपालो, निरखी जीव जन विहालो। भंजो भव जाल परम मंगलाचरे, मंगलाचरे। जानकी सखी कृपा, जगावती सुजान जीव। जागे त्यागे मूढ़ता, अनुराग श्री हरे, अनुराग श्री हरे, अनुराग श्री हरे, अनुराग श्री हरे। పేజ్ 160 160. लंगड़ा चल कर पहुँचे काशी रे, पहुँचे काशी रे। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखियाँ प्यासी रे। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखियाँ प्यासी रे। पानी पी कर प्यास बुझाओ, पानी पी कर प्यास बुझाओ, नैनन को कैसे समझाओ। पानी पी कर प्यास बुझाओ, नैनन को कैसे समझाओ। आँख मिचोली छोड़ दो अब तो, आँख मिचोली छोड़ दे अब तो, मन के वासी रे, मन के वासी रे। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखियाँ प्यासी रे। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखियाँ प्यासी रे। मन मंदिर की ज्योत जगा दो, मन मंदिर की ज्योति जगा दो। घट घट वासी रे, घट घट वासी रे। दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, दर्शन दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अखियाँ प्यासी रे। पेज नंबर 88, 8, 8। माता श्यामा मंगलनामा, मदिरा दिव्यता रंगितमता। 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 భువిని లీలలో ఎవరికి తెలుసు, భువిని లీలలో ఎవరికి తెలుసు. ఏ వేళ ఏమియో నోర్తువు, భువిని లీలలో ఎవరికి తెలుసు. ఏ వేళ ఏమియో నోర్తువు. మాతా శ్యామా మంగళనామా, मदिरादिव्यतरङ्गितमाता निवीक्षणमूल हावभावमूल निवीक्षणमूल हावभावमूल कामदेवुनि गर्वमनन्तुगो निवीक्षणमूल हावभावमूल कामदेवुनि गर्वमनन्तु वदन भीकरे असिकरधारे वदन भीकरे असिकरधारे माता क्षमा मङ्गलनामा माता क्षमा मङ्गलनामा मदिरादिव्यतरङ्गितमाता నీదో కోడోలకు నీ నడకలకు నీదో కోడోలకు నీ నడకలకు కంపించును భువి కదలును అటు నిటు నీదో కోడోలకు నీ నడకలకు కంపించును భువి కదలును అటు నిటు త్రైగుణి శంకరి ఉద్ధారి భయంకరి त्रैगुणी शंकरि उद्धारि भयंकरि माता क्षमा मंगलनामा माता क्षमा मंगलनामा मदिरादिव्यतरङ्गितमाता భక్తుల మొరవిని రూపులు దాల్తుగో భక్తుల మొరవిని రూపులు దాల్తుగో ముదమున నాడుచు హృదయ పద్మమున భక్తుల మొరవిని రూపులు దాల్తుగో ముదమున నాడుచు हृदय पद्ममुना श्यामामायि नित्य ब्रह्ममये श्यामामायि नित्य ब्रह्ममये माता श्यामा मंगलनामा माता श्यामा मंगलनामा मदिरादिव्यतरङ्गितमाता माता क्षमा मङ्गलनामा मदिरादिव्यतरङ्गितमाता భువి లీలలు ఎవరికి తెలుసు భువి లీలలు ఎవరికి తెలుసు ఏ వేళ ఏమియో నోర్తువో భువి లీలలు ఎవరికి తెలుసు భువి లీలలు ఎవరికి తెలుసు ఏ వేళ ఏమియో నర్తువో మాతా శ్యామా మంగళనామా माता श्यामा मंगलनामा, माता श्यामा मंगलनामा। मदिरादिव्यता रंगितमत्ता।
పేజ్ 244 244. ముత్యాల మూట కన్న రతనాల రాశి కన్న ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం. ముత్యాల మూట కన్న రతనాల రాశి కన్న ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం. ముత్యాల మూట కన్న రతనాల రాశి కన్న ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
ముత్యాల మూట కన్న రతనాల రాశి కన్న ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
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 భక్తి జ్ఞానమిచ్చేది భుక్తి ముక్తినిచ్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
భక్త జ్ఞానమిచ్చేది భుక్తి ముక్తినిచ్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
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 రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం త్యాగంబును పెంచేది ప్రేమను పంచిచ్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
త్యాగంబును పెంచేది ప్రేమను పంచిచేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
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 పవిత్రతను పెంచేది గమ్యమును చేర్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
పవిత్రతను పెంచేది గమ్యమును చేర్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
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 రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
పాలు తేనెల కన్నా పంచదార చిలక కన్నా మధురాతి మధురము రామకృష్ణ నామం
పాలు తేనెల కన్నా పంచదార చిలక కన్నా మధురాతి మధురము రామకృష్ణ నామం
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 సాధుజనుల సాంగత్యం మనకందరికిచ్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
సాధుజనుల సాంగత్యం మనకందరికిచ్చేది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం
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 రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం
రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామం రామకృష్ణ నామ జయ జయ
వెతలను తొలగించేది, వైరాగ్యమునిచ్చేది, ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
వెతలను తొలగించేది, వైరాగ్యమునిచ్చేది, ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
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 మనసుకు నిలకడనిచ్చి ధ్యాన స్థితిని పెంచేది, ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
మనసుకు నిలకడనిచ్చి ధ్యాన స్థితిని పెంచేది, ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ.
ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం. అది
ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
అది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
అది ఎంతో విలువైనది రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ రామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామ.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామ.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం,
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం. రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామ. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం, రామకృష్ణ నామం. జయ జయ రామకృష్ణ నామం.
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 పేజ్ 304 304. చింతలేల మనకు శారద చింతనుండు వరకు, చింతలేల మనకు శారద చెంత నుండు వరకు చింతలేల మనకు శారద చెంత నుండు వరకు
చింతలేల మనకు శారద చెంత నుండు వరకు
చపల చిత్తులకు శాంతమిచ్చు ఆ
చపల చేతులకు శాంతమిచ్చు
ఆ చల్లనమ్మ మన అండనుండగా
చపల చేతులకు శాంతమిచ్చు ఆ చల్లనమ్మ మన అండనుండగా చింతలేల మనకు శారద చెంత నుండు వరకు చింతలేల మనకు శారద చెంత నుండు వరకు
ఎందుగాంతుమమ్మ శారద ఎందు బోధుమమ్మ
ఎందుగాంతుమమ్మ శారద ఎందు బోధుమమ్మ
ఎందుగాంతుమమ్మ శారద ఎందు బోధుమమ్మ
ఎందుగాంతుమమ్మ శారద ఎందు బోధుమమ్మ
సర్వభూతముల సాక్షి దేవత
సర్వభూతముల సాక్షి దేవత
సర్వభూతముల సాక్షి దేవత
సర్వభూతములు సాక్షి దేవత
మన హృదయములో నిండి ఉండగా
సర్వభూతముల సాక్షి దేవత మన హృదయములో నిండి ఉండగా చింతలేన వరకు శారద చింతలేంద వరకు
చింతలేల మనకు
శారద చింత నుండు వరకు
తక్కువేమి మనకు నీకములేమి లేదు మనకు
తక్కువేమి మనకు నీకములేమి లేదు మనకు
తక్కువేమి మనకు నికములేమి లేదు మనకు
తక్కువేమి మనకు నీకములేమి లేదు మనకు
అన్నపూర్ణయై వెలసిల్లుచు సదా
అన్నపూర్ణయై వెలసిల్లుచు సదా
అన్నపూర్ణయై వెలసిల్లుచు సదా
అన్నపూర్ణయై వెలసిల్లుచు సదా
అందరి మధ్య ఆడుచుండగా
అన్నపూర్ణయై వెలసిల్లుచు సదా అందరి మధ్య ఆడుచుండగా చింతలేల మనకు శారద చింతలేందు వరకు చింతలేల మనకు శారద చింత నుండు వరకు
అమ్మ దివ్య చరితం ఎల్లర భక్త హృదయ భరితం
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 పరమ పావని పతితోద్ధారిణి
పరమ పావని పతితోద్ధారిణి
పరమ పావని పతితోద్ధారిణి
పరమ పావని పతితోద్ధారిణి
పాద సేవ మన నిధి అయి ఉండగా
పరమ పావని పతితోద్ధారిణి పాద సేవ మన నిధి అయి ఉండగా చింతలేన మనకు శారద చింతలుండు వరకు చింతలేల మనకు శారద చింతలుండు వరకు
చపల చిత్తులకు శాంతమిచ్చు ఆ
చపల చిత్తులకు శాంతమిచ్చు
ఆ చల్లనమ్మ మన అండనుండగా
చపల చిత్తులకు శాంతమిచ్చు ఆ చల్లనమ్మ మన అండనుండగా చింతలేన మనకు శారద చింతనిండు వరకు చింతలేన మనకు శారద చింతనుండ వరకు